Afternoon, guys. I hope you guys are well. And today is it's a disclaimer to a lot of things. The first thing is be careful of who you listen to. The danger of listening to people like me, whether it's Joe Rogan, whether it's Kim Kardashian, whether it's Andrew Tate, all these great guys who know how to speak well. The danger to listen to them. So now there are great podcasts out there, and the rise of podcasts, I think from 2020 until now, they've grown insignificantly, and they've shown and they've brought out issues that we wanted to say, but we can't necessarily say. These guys gave us courage to say the things that you don't want to say, and they made us think, and they kind of changed. And so, one of the things that I want to advise you on today is to be careful. Be careful to what I say, and be careful to any other influencer or someone who talks like I do. Because you must first think, first listen to yourself, first listen to the Holy Spirit, to that voice you always ignore, that voice inside your mind. When that voice inside your mind that tells you to not do this, don't steal that cookie, or don't steal that money, and then you kind of have an I told you so moment where you regret. And a lot of people ignore that voice. They ignore that voice for a very long time. They become numb, and they become more and more silent to that voice. All the time you need to listen to that voice. You need to allow yourself to think. Because if I can say the most great things, the most beautiful things. You're like, oh, this guy speaks so well. But remember that I am human. Remember that I can say anything, whether good or bad. And sometimes I might hide the bad inside the good and say, this is me. And you might also listen to it, but not realizing that it is also bad. So I urge you to start thinking, to start challenging your mind, to start questioning each and every single thing that is out there. Whether it's your religion, whether it's the news that you listen to, whether it's school, whether it's work, whether it's the friends that you have, whether it's these podcasts we listen to. Start questioning. Start becoming a critical thinker and criticizing and kind of separating the good and the bad. And start allowing yourself to think. Because we listen to so much noise, we listen to so much TV, so much social media, so much TikTok, so much Instagram, that we first haven't listened to self. What is self saying? What does offense want? And you kind of have a thing inside of you where you like McDonald's because all of your friends like McDonald's, not because you like it. And that's the society we have today. It's because I haven't first asked myself, do I actually like McDonald's or not? You know? Or do I hate it? Or do I just like it because other people do? Something that's amazing is that almost everything we do, a lot of people do it because what will people say? Like, oh, why don't you go to school? Oh, because people will say. Why don't you work? Oh, people will say. It's not because I want to work. Not because I want to provide for my family or I want to become better self. It's because what other people will say. And because that foundation is already weak, you find yourself in a pit. You find yourself frustrated, saying, why do I do this job? I hate it so much. That's because of the foundation. You are scared of what I will say. And you must first be solid in yourself. Jesus Christ, if you look in Matthew, Jesus Christ, as a young boy, right? He went on and questioned. He went on to it. I think it was a synagogue or it was a temple. He went on and questioned the teachers. Imagine, right? A whole Jesus Christ question and answering questions. And he also begs of us in Thessalonians. It's written that do not scoff at every prophecy, but test it. Test every spirit. So he's saying that if you're not sure about Christianity, if you're not sure if God exists, come unto God and say, God, I don't know if you exist or not. I want you to show yourself. I want you in this week. I want you in this very same week. I want to see something that will be so great and so impossible that it cannot be outside of you, that it cannot say no, it's science. And God is saying that. Jesus says, ask and you shall receive. Knock and the door shall be opened. Seek and you shall find. There are atheists who have done this. I'll mention the name in the subtitle. But this guy was an atheist. And he wanted to prove that religion is not true. After that, he converts and concludes that there has to be a creator. So I urge each and everyone, whether it's your Christian, I have done that many times. I've criticized Christianity long enough. I've talked to the author many times. And I've asked him many questions. Enough so that I stay solid in it. Not that I get out of Christianity and say, that's why it's so false. That's why. You have so many complaints, but you're not talking to the author. You're not talking to the manufacturer. If you have a problem with the iPhone, you go to an iStore, right? You don't go to Samsung. Because those Samsung will buy this you. They want you to buy their product. But where the problem is with iStore. So I urge each and everyone to become a critical thinker. It's what Jesus encourages, and it's one of the few religions that I've seen that want you to test what they are saying. They're not just saying believe. He's saying go out and test me. God says test me. Test me. See if I am true. He's saying that. So I would advise, and I would like to conclude. Today's message is a bit short, but it's a disclaimer as I'll be going on that. I am bound to say anything wrong. I am bound to say anything that's bad, blasphemy, that contradicts. I am bound to say anything that's wrong. So the standard here is Jesus Christ. It's no one else. Jesus Christ. I don't follow pastors. I don't follow the great people who preach. I don't follow them. I follow Jesus Christ. Because Jesus Christ will show me when to listen to them and when not to. The same you do with me. With everything that I say, test it. With everything that I present to you, I beg you that you really think about it. And don't just take it because it's Christianity. He's a Christian brother, so everything that he says must be true. So I beg each and every person to do so. To really look at the word saying, actually, no. And allow your thoughts. And be careful to not do it in a way that's kind of disrespectful or that comes in a bad manner. Yes, question, but don't come aggressively. You see, this is why you ask a simple question. But if we're being honest, does God really exist? Is the Bible trustworthy? Are his teachings? So I would advise, and I would close off in saying I love you guys. I hope you chase Jesus Christ and only Jesus Christ. Don't follow me. Don't follow anyone but Jesus Christ. Funny enough is that he's saying that you guys don't understand this. I don't think you can comprehend. You can't sit down with the Gabs the Small, with the Kelvin Momo, with the Drake, with Cyril Ramaphosa, with the Putin, with the Joe Biden. You cannot sit down with them so easily. You have to work so hard. And that won't guarantee you. But with Jesus Christ, their creator, someone who's bigger than them, sits in you. The Holy Spirit talks to you. Like, you guys can whoa, a whole creator says, I'm going to sit inside of you. Wow, let that sink in. I hope you enjoyed. Peace.